Hello, welcome to WordMusicPicture. Happy New Year 2018. I've decided to start doing a music review. Yeah, it's been on my mind for a while now, but I think this is the right time to start doing it. So we'll just review, albums that I listen to. I guess you guys listen to as well. If you'd like to let me know what you want me to review. I listen to a lot of gospel, so I'm going to start with that. So I decided to go back a couple of months, October 2017, which was when Tye Tribbett's new album came out. I love Tye Tribbett. I followed him for a long time. I love his creativity. I love his energy. I love what he's about. I think the guy's a genius. That's just me talking though. But Bloody Win was the album that came out on October 2017. I waited for that album for a while, and it took a while because before that he had released Greater Than in 2013. That album won 2 Grammys, right? So there was like a 4-year gap, and a lot of people waited. I waited for it. I couldn't wait. But I think he had some touring to do. He had started a new church. He did at least 1 season, if not 2 seasons, of Joyful Noise, which is a program on BET that he presents. But anyway, Bloody Win came out in October, and it's still growing on me, but it's starting to grow on me more because I'm starting to love more of the songs the more I listen to it, compared to Greater Than, which was a fantastic album, in my opinion. So let's get into it. So Tye Tribbett is an American gospel artist, music director, musician, band leader, if you don't know him. He's done a couple of albums. He did Life. He did Victory with GA, Grace Anointing. He did Stand Out with GA. He did Fresh, a solo album. And then he did Greater Than, and this is his 6th album, I believe, Bloody Win. Obviously, it's a Christian gospel genre. It's got 12 tracks in it. Why Bloody Win? So, what I believe and what he said from research is, as Christians, even though Jesus Christ has won the victory for us, that win wasn't an easy win. We see Jesus Christ win the battle of, the war of sin and death, and conquered the grave and all that. And obviously we see that he died for it. It was a bloody death, actually. Crucifixion was bloody. Right? He wasn't coming out, spick and span. He was roughed up, but he won. And that's how it's going to be. And that's how it is for us Christians. Jesus Christ said, in this world we'll have tribulations, right? Persecutions, but chill out, be of good cheer. It's okay. I have overcome. That's what Jesus Christ said. It's a war. It's a war between us and the devil, and we win, but it's going to be a fight to the finish. Going straight into the album, the first track is an intro track, which is like a dialogue going on with different people from different races, from what I can hear from the accents, given statistics on, the rate of crime and just attacks and, punches and hits that we, the church, I believe, is getting from the enemy. Suicides, homicides, depression, divorces, sickness issues, health issues, all sorts of things, and it's got the numbers. And he's saying, this is not just, these are not just statistics, these are not just numbers, this is war. And we have to fight back. Track number 2. It starts out as an a cappella. The first thing you hear, no intro, nothing. How could I ever be defeated? Everyone's singing it. When you hear it, it just jumps out at you. It was released as a 2nd single on this album. It's catchy, it's got a catchy hook. It's heavy on the drums. It's got a lot of energy. It's a song of encouraging yourself, encouraging others, to say, I've already won. Whatever the enemy is trying to hit me with, it's okay. Yes, I'll fight back, but it's okay. The fight is fixed. We have already won the victory. Come on, somebody. Come on. Track number 3, Live. This is something else because, okay, so in the Greater Than album, Tye Tribbett did something on track number 1, Nobody, which was like this funky, reminded me of Shaft, the movie. I think it's 70s, 80s maybe. But it's this funky, beat, like this, soulful beat with the drums, with the groove, pocket drum stuff, big on brass. This one was big on brass, big on horns, funky bass lines. It was great, man. He's done it again on this. It's like a James Brown song, basically. If you listen to James Brown, the high paced stuff, this is what it sounds like. It's really good. And it's saying, live. Don't just, stay defeated. Don't stay down. You know, if you've been knocked out, if you've been knocked down by the enemy, get up and, you know, live the life that God has called you to do. Live victoriously. Let's do this. Track number 4 is a more solemn track. At least it starts out as that. But knowing Tye Tribbett, he switches it up, you know, on you. And that's what I love about him. He's not boring at all. If you've watched him live or on screen, he doesn't sit still. He's always moving. He's always, pretty much always moving around. And this song is like that. This song does not sit still. And it starts out, you know, it's a song of, I guess, supplication, if you like. Just telling God, look, God, I want more of you. And this is something he's been saying for a while. We saw it in the standout album, I Need You. We saw it in that same album, Alpha Will Be Chasing After You. Greater Than album, there was, you know, Tell Me What Can I Do, I Can't Live Without You. You know, so it's the same theme. We're thirsty for you, you know, we can't have enough of you. And then, when you think, okay, this is a nice, you know, CCM, you know, solemn song, he switches it up at the end. You know, it goes fast paced, real quick. But it works. It works. And then it comes back down again and there's a key change. Track number 5, Resurrecting. Again, this starts out, you know, acoustic guitar. KJ Scriven is on this, again, from Greater Than album. The guy who sang Tell Me What Can I Do. Beautiful voice. He's good on the guitar, you know, right up his alley. You know, it's a song talking about, just like Jesus Christ resurrected from the grave, we can also resurrect from whatever grave is holding us down. Whatever we feel restricted by, we have the power to resurrect because Jesus Christ did. And he gave us the power to do the same. And it's paying homage to King Jesus who is victorious. And it's a CCM song. It starts out as that. But then, you know, at the beginning, it's got this African chanting, you know, at the background. And it works. Call me biased if you want, man. But I love Tye Tribbett and I respect, you know, what he does. And I see the creativity behind it and the inspiration and the skill that he portrays and he brings every time. And of course, there's a key change. I'm actually going to, you know, do the numbers and count them. How many songs Tye Tribbett does where he doesn't do a key change? It just keeps it fresh. You don't expect it. And it's not just a simple, you know, semitone or a tone. Sometimes it just goes, you know, bang into something else that you don't expect. But it works. Track number 6. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Work It Out. I know this trap thing has been going on in the US especially for a while now. Many gospel artists seem to be, you know, producing a trap, you know, song at some point. And obviously, Tye Tribbett has done it as well. Obviously, I'm guessing they're all trying to engage the youth, right? It's great. It's catchy, you know, work it out. God will work it out for you. It's a simple, you know, song, simple on the lyrics. Again, you know, trying to reach the unchurched. It's great. It's got a lot of energy. It'll get you dancing, you know, it's got a groove in it. It's fantastic. You know, Romans 8:28 says all things work together for our good to them who love God and to them who are called according to his purpose, right? So God is able to work all things out for your good, for my good. That's what he's trying to tell the people. And in Tye Tribbett fashion, at the end, or the middle, he switches it up again to a traditional churchy sound with vocals and a big choir, a mass choir, an organ in a trap song. The audience don't expect it. And it's great. And it switches back into the hook again, you know, and everyone's doing, work it out, you know. You know, that was the first single that came out of this album. And I guess, you know, it sort of made people anticipate the rest of the album. Great song. Track number 7. Hey, my God is good. The African Medley. Come on now. Tye Tribbett has been going to Nigeria for a while, you know, for various, you know, events and concerts and, you know, on his tours. And I think he's had this thing in him for a while, you know, even when he did Bless the Lord back in Victory, in the Victory Live album, you know, I will bless, you know, they had this calypso, you know, thing going on, this, you know, African, you know, groove going on there. And he's had it for a while and it's still in him, you know. I think he's Nigerian, to be honest with you. No? Okay. Yeah, he brought it with this, man. He had Uche Agu on it, you know, Nigerian, you know, brother, you know, who's done well, you know, who's done very well. We're proud of him. And, you know, and he's got the medleys, he's got the common songs. Who has the final say? You know, he does it his way. A lot of energy, a lot of dancing going on. I like the groove of the song, you know. The bassist is doing his thing. I think it's Morgan doing his thing. He switches it up in different medleys, different songs that are commonly sang amongst, you know, Africans, you know, and I guess Black Americans. You know, and I think everyone else is doing this as well. Many other people are doing this. JJ Hurston has done, you know, his No Reason to Fear. William McDowell did his, Amen, Amen, Amen with Travis Green. So this is a common theme, and obviously it makes sense to do it. God bless Tye Tribbett. Thank God for the gift that he is to the church, to the world. He's such an inspiration. Track number 8, Mighty, Tasha Cobbs. What a vocal powerhouse. What a worshipper. What a, praise leader. She's got it. She's got the lyrics. She's got the songwriting ability. She's got the power. She's got the voice. I believe she's got the anointing. God has called her to do this. And this song, she makes it her own. She brings it, with the high pitch and the high notes, and the energy. She brings it in this song. Just talking about how mighty God is. It's like a rock feel. It's got this, is it a 3/4? Or a 6/8 beat, but it's got this rock groove. It's full of guitars and drums. And of course the bass on it is out of this world, man. Song number 9, Craving. This song, it's got a different vibe. It's got a different sound to it. Gotta hide it. In the sounds that they actually used to make the song. It's got this snappy, rim shot kind of, snare going on. It's talking about saying, God is this craving. Obviously you crave food, you crave different things. Sometimes you just want to have it. You just can't help yourself. For whatever reason, you just have to have it. And he's saying, God, you are my craving. And it's that heart cry, from us to God. It's dynamic. Again, it goes big, it goes small, it goes big. He switches it up again towards the end. And there's the song is about over 7 minutes long, I think. And for the last 3 or so minutes, it's almost like a different song. Because the backup vocalists are just singing, draw near to us as we draw near to you, as we draw closer to you. And it just goes like that. And it becomes this, churchy song, but he wants to hit that message home. They sing it for close to 3 minutes. But it works. And it just reminds us that, God has to become our craving. We have to have a hunger and a thirst. We have to crave, we have to pant. That's what the Bible says. As the deer pants, we have to pant after God. Track number 10. This track is called Out of Hiding. It's a medley, actually. The main song is Out of Hiding, and then towards the end of it he adds on He Loves Us, Oh How He Loves Us, and Good Good Father, right? And this is, again, God, sort of how he is portrayed in the parable of the prodigal son. If you follow Tye Tribbett, he talks about that a lot. About the son who's sinned and run away, sort of gone to hide, sort of thing, and comes back to the father, and the father's waiting for him. He's just trying to tell us that God is a good father. Come out of where you're hiding. I've already loved you. You're already loved. He's a good father. It starts out real small, like a CCM song. Just I think it's got just guitars on it. It's heavy on the lyrics though, obviously. So the music has to leave room for that. And then it's got a lot of vocal creativity behind it. It's just a big church worship song, congregational song that a lot of people can join in. And it's good. I'm not sure who the vocalist is, this woman, but she was good. She did her thing. I think people will be blessed by it. For the Lord is good, and He's always been good. Song number 11, Give Thanks. It's a nice rock song. It's got these, elaborate synths in it, that give it this kind of, this, it's different. It sounds like a movie. It almost sounds like the theme from Stranger Things, if you watch it on Netflix. It's got a bit of that vibe to it, but it's a song of thanksgiving, just telling us to give thanks to God for all that He's done. He's been good. He's always been good. And the vocalist on it, she's great. He's like a cross between Darryl Walls and Paco Walls and Chandler Moore. I think it's Chandler Moore, I'm not sure. But yeah, he does. He's got a great raspy voice, and he's got riffs and vocal phrases. He does a great job. And finally, track number 12 is just an outro track. It's like a war chant. It's like a call to arms of Christians, to rise up, and fight for your life. Fight like you've already won, because we have already won. My top 3 tracks on it are number 1. No, actually, let me start from number 3. Number 3, the African medley. It's done with discipline. It's done with maturity. The songs that they chose work. It's just a real dancey song, and it works. Number 2, Work It Out. That's my number 2. For obvious reasons. If you haven't heard it, go and hear it. It's a great song. Number 1, Already Won. I love that song because it's different. It starts out unexpectedly. You don't see what's coming. It's right after the intro. You know, all you hear is, how could I ever be? It works. And then, you know, there's a hook. I've already won. It's a catchy hook. It's positive, of course. And I think that's my number 1 track on the Bloody Win album. Right, so check this album out if you haven't already done so. It will bless you. I think it will grow on you. Certainly, you know, a lot of the songs will grow on you. Some of them you'll like straight up. Thanks for watching this. We'll bring more music to you. Tasha Cobbs, Travis Green. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions of any music you'd like me to review, yeah, let me know. Leave a comment. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, and follow us. Yeah. And I'll see you soon. God bless.